Welcome back again to my YouTube channel. I know this video has been long awaited. I get a lot of comments about this, like Hamza, I'm working on it. So guys, today we're talking about 25 documents needed for Turkey visa. Yeah, if you've been thinking about to move to UK and all these European countries, I think you're saying the cost of this thing is high. So Turkey is actually in Europe and is one of the cheapest, not so cheap too, but then cheap countries to consider in Europe for work. And another juicy thing about this is work and study. But then that work and study, there's a little limitation to it, because don't worry, in my next video I'll be making subsequent videos on that. So guys, today I'm talking about Turkey visa requirement, which is 25 documents that you need and everything. So as most of you know, if you don't know, studying in Turkey is actually affordable. I'll make another video on that, why you should study in Turkey, benefit of studying in Turkey and anything. So depending on your course, depending on your distance, as you all know, or if you don't know, Turkey is actually a language country. They actually speak Turkish. That is their language system. But the fortunate thing about this is you can get to study in English, you can study in any language of your choice. So if you decide to study in Turkish, right, you get your tuition fee way cheaper. But then if you decide to study in English, of course it is be more expensive. So you can get tuition fee as low as any amount, depending on the course you are actually going for. And of course their degree is widely acceptable, right? I'm making another separate video on that, about cheap universities in Turkey to consider for international students. And another thing is, they have public universities, right? And that public university, of course, is way cheaper, but in that view, of course, it's going to be very expensive. I say very expensive, very competitive job. So people like us that we don't like stress, we just go to private. So what are the documents that you actually need? So for Turkey student visa, you'll be given a 3-month visa. It is after you get this 3-month visa, when you get to Turkey, that's when you now change it to a long-time resident permit. So, and this one will take to be ready 3 to 15 working days, right? 3 to 15 working days. And just in case you are actually applying for this visa and then you get denied, you have to reapply after 6 months. So what are the documents that is needed? The first one that you need is your admission letter. The first one is your admission letter. So the first one is acceptance letter from your school when you send the document. I think I made a video about step. Oh, let me share through this one. So do you guys know what? Just click, I don't know when I'll post in this video, but just click the link in my description box. You see Turkey as a playlist, so just click it, because I'm making another separate video about step by step how to actually get what's it called, step by step process to actually apply to universities in Turkey, right? That's why I feel like, okay, so the first one you need is your acceptance letter. After you've gone through all those processes that they're accepting you to study and every other thing, so the next one that you need after acceptance letter is different from admission letter. They can accept you and not give you admission letter, just like in Nigeria when they tell you to pay acceptance fee. So after paying acceptance fee, they will give you admission letter here. So you need your acceptance letter, then you need your admission letter. That's the two documents you first need. And then the next one, in the admission letter, it has to show the duration of stay of your program. If you're doing 1-year program, 2-year program, anything, it has to reflect in it your name and all those things. So the next thing, the document that you need, the third document you need, is your online visa application form that you have to fill from their website, the normal listing form. Then the fourth document you need is your international passport, valid with at least 90 days. But I do not advise that. Why will you travel abroad with 90 days passport validity? You that you are just new, you not be doing wala. Better we need your visa kotolo. I know Nigerian embassies abroad, they used to do like your international passport with lot of pages, 90 days. The other document that you need, the fifth one, is 2 passport size photograph. When you actually get to the embassy, you can snap it there. And please don't staple your passport photograph to your form. They will tell you, so this passport size photograph, when you get to the embassy, you see them passport. You snap it there. So another one is the sixth one that you need is proof of travel insurance for the entire duration of your stay. So if you're going for a 6-month study, your travel insurance should cover for 6 months. If you're going for 1 year, study should cover for 1 year. If you're going for a 4-year course, your travel insurance should cover for 4-year course. So this travel insurance is also known as health insurance. There's no difference between it. Travel insurance is same as health insurance. So they can decide to call it health insurance, they can decide to call it travel insurance, and all more. But it has to cover for the full duration of your course. And how much is the travel insurance? I've actually made a video about that, travel insurance. And mostly the travel insurance, all these European countries, they actually request it to cover a value of 30,000 euros per year. I've told you how you can get it in Nigeria, the company to get it from, how much you can get it. I'll put in the link in my description box. Just click Turkey as a playlist. You see all these videos there. I've talked about it. So the next on my list is visa fee, and then your visa fee is $250 for single entry and $400 for double entry. What's the difference between single entry and double entry? Single entry is if you can go once without applying for visa again, and double entry, well, I'm making a separate video of that. Don't confuse me. But usually as a student, we used to go for single entry, right? Yeah, I make it. Let me write it. Remember, single versus multiple entry, so I'll not forget. So the next on my list is proof of accommodation. The 8th one is proof of accommodation. So you can decide to stay in the hostel, which is always cheaper, or you can decide to get your own accommodation. Anyone you decide to do, you have to show proof of accommodation. But then if you're going for the first time, I would actually advise someone you actually take accommodation from the school, because it's from the school. Even if you want to stay outside, you start looking for apartments. And if you have somebody in Turkey that can actually abhor you, you can use their evidence of this thing. But then in that view, if you have somebody in Turkey, you know they have another new rule now. So that means the landlord has to prepare a new agreement for you. So you can try to opt for school this thing. So the next on my list is number 9 is educational requirements. So all the documents you submitted for to get admission in your school, your transcripts, your this, I've made mention of all those requirements in my previous videos, right? All those your educational documents. So the next on my list is bank statement. Bank statement should last for at least 6 months. That's the requirement. So how much is supposed to be in your bank statement? I was not really able to actually figure this out. I checked this thing. The only thing they just said is 6 months, but from this thing, from what I think, you should actually target like 3 million naira upwards. That's like 3 million naira upward. That's almost like $5,000, right? I'm typing it on the screen share. Just target it upward, minimum upwards share. But what they just want to see is inflow and outflow of money. So the next on my list is booked flight. Yeah, it's important for you to have your booked flights, both go and come, that to show you are coming back to your country. But then in this view, you don't have to spend money to go and book flight, because most times when you book money for flights, you can't get the refund back. So what you actually do is there's something they actually call demo flight. So in this demo flight, you just go to any airline website. So let's just imagine you want to apply for your visa by September. You want to travel to your destination country by September. So by maybe June, you are applying for visa. So in that view, you go to any airline you want to fly with. You go to their website, and then you make like a reservation. So in that view, for example, if your flight is to be 250 $250, so they can tell you to make like a deposit of maybe $50 or $20, or depending on the distance, depending on how close it is, or anything. Don't give money to any agent to do demo flights for you, because I don't know if they used to confirm, but just to be on a safe side. So you can get a demo flight from the airline you actually want to travel with. Yeah, you can get a demo flight from them, just like a reservation. So you know, when you're reserving something, that let me keep this thing, you're not going to pay full money, just you're going to pay minimum money. So the airline will now tell you that, okay, before so date, or maybe before you want to travel, for example, if you want to travel September and you're applying for your visa by June, so they can say before August 15, or if you don't pay your full money, it will be null or anything, depending. That's why different airline have different conditions, they have different requirements. They can say, okay, before so date, before this one, before. So make sure to check with them. But trust me, they have demo flights. You don't have to go and spend money, just in case you do not get your visa, you will not say you no waste money. So try to look for the cheaper one. So it could be $20, it can even be $10 safe, it could be $100. So depending on the airline, depending on anything, so you just pay for it, you reserve it. And in that view, even if maybe you probably booked a what's it called, a flight that maybe you are not convenient with the day, maybe when your visa arrived, you can't travel on this day or anything, you can always shift your date, you can always move it, you can always move it forward, move it back. But that's why I told you that before you pay any money, whether it's $10 or anything, make sure to check their condition of flight. And another thing is check the baggage allowance. In fact, book the flight like you're booking your normal flight, yeah, but then in this case you're actually reserving the flight. And then in that view, make sure to book a flight that is fast. So if you want to go to apply for your visa by September, you start booking your flight around in May or something, so that number one, it will be cheaper, and number two, it will give you time to actually apply for your visa. So just in case maybe the visa was not ready in time or anything, you still have time to actually prepare it. But there's something that actually called demo flights. You don't have to pay all the money for this thing, but then most embassies request that you have demo flight. That's to show that you're coming back to your home country. So that's why they check the condition. So once you book the flight, and then maybe after your visa approval, this flight that you're booking is go come. You are coming from Nigeria to that country, or this is go come. So after booking it, right, and then you know in real life that you might not come back to Nigeria till after 4 years or 3 years, so you might decide to either cancel your return to get a refund, or extend it, or keep extending it. And that's why I say it's important for you to check the terms and conditions of the flight. They can tell you that okay, kinikon, they can tell you anything. And even after paying, that's why I said that demo flight could be $20, it could be $50, it could be $100, it could be anything. So if you feel like, oh, what's $20, to you, you can just lose the money if you like. But I'm telling you the possibility of things that can happen. So if you really like the flight, you can fly with it. If you know you will not return, you can change it to single entry, like you're just going, you're not coming back or anything. But then don't change to single entry if you never reach the country where they go, because after you've gotten your visa approved, when you get to the embassy, so when you're traveling, Nigeria might never have issue with you whether you have return flight or not, they may not. But then when you get to your country of destination, whether Turkey, your country of destination, they will ask you your return flight, please, and they will check it, especially if you are come from all these special countries like Nigeria. So don't cancel anything. So just your return flight should be your return flight. Book it normal. But then when you now stay there, you've done your residence permits, you've settled down for like 1 month, canceling, you take your money back. So that's why I said it's important to check the terms and conditions. Check what they will say that when you pay, if you cancel, how much you give you, or if you extend. But it's always better to always extend. Maybe you can do it to next year for you to come back. But if you don't come back, you can always cancel. But please, before you travel from your home country to your country of destination, if the embassy say they need a two-way ticket, make sure that you book that two-way ticket. Don't cancel it after collecting your visa, because they will deny you entry there. It's always in every immigration portal that they have every right to deny anybody entry to their country. They have all the rights. So anything that you did to get the visa, just maintain it. Once you've gotten your resident permit, you can decide to cancel your visa. Nobody will hold you. They will not even remember you again. But at that point, yeah, make sure you have it, and they will confirm it. So that's what they call demo booking. You don't have to spend a whole lot of money just in case your visa was not approved or any other thing like that. So another one is proof of the 12th point is proof of fees that is paid. Your receipt for proof of fees, right? Receipt for proof of fees. So Turkey actually requests you to actually pay some part of your tuition fee. So that's part of the things you have to pay before you actually apply, before you actually get your admission letter. Yeah, you have to. So that's a way of securing your space and to be sure that you're actually coming there to study. So they need this thing. So the next one on my list is proof of receipt. That's the receipt. The another document that you need is letter of sponsorship. For example, if you're not paying your school fees, maybe somebody is sponsoring you, your uncle, your auntie, or you got a scholarship. And that's another thing. There's actually scholarship that is available in Turkey. Like there are a lot of scholarship there. Make sure you stay subscribed. So letter of scholarship. Then the next one is letter of sponsor. So if it's your parent that is sponsoring you, or your anybody that is sponsored, they have to have letter of sponsorship, and the person has to prove their relationship with you. I, Mr. Kinikon, I am something, and then The 14th document, the next document that you need is bank statement of the sponsor as well. So whether it's you that is sponsoring yourself or this thing, they have to write a letter that they are the ones sponsoring you. They have to attach their bank statement, and then they have to attach their what's it called, their ID card, and then another one is affidavit. So if it's your parent that is sponsoring you, like your father or your mother, they have to write affidavit that Mr. something something, is me that gave birth to you. I am your father, I am your clinical. Then they will attach letter headed that they are the ones sponsoring you, their salary, and then their bank statement as well, and then your father's ID card or your mother's ID card, and then yep. So another one that you need is financial reference letter. So any bank statement you are collecting, whether from your father, whether from yourself, you need a financial reference letter from the bank to show that this bank statement was actually issued by the bank. So bank statement separate, reference letter separate. So you are collecting two documents from the bank statement that has stamp of the bank, and then the reference letter to show that yes, so now we give you this bank statement, it was not fake. So the next thing that you need is letter from employer. Like for example, if you are actually working or you just want to go for your course or anything, you actually need a letter from employer mentioning your annual salary, your position. So this one, it can be like a type of like ties to home ties to show that you are coming back. You know, sometimes your employer can just tell you to like just travel to go do a course to improve the distance. So that way, letter from your employer. So the other one is, if you know that you actually have a business and you're sponsoring yourself, you need your business ID. The other document that you need is your income tax clearance. Yeah, your business ID, like your CSU registration. If you're in Nigeria, then your tax clearance. You know they pay tax for Nigeria. So another one is authorization letter from parents or court. If you are less than 18 years, you need a letter from your parent that both parents know that we are the parent of. You can take from your father, from your mother, that when we are the parent of this, we don't say reach 18 years, but we allow her to go and study that, we trust her. So, and this authorization letter must be legalized by the court. So another one that you need is your birth certificate, as usual and as always, birth certificate. So another one that you need is local government of origin to actually prove where you actually originated from. Then another one is your wedding certificate. So even if you're not traveling with your family, you have to declare to the embassy that you are married, or if you are traveling, you need your wedding certificate. Another one that you need is vaccination card, extremely important. So you need yellow fever and typhoid fever. How do you get this in Nigeria? Because we did not collect yellow fever, we did not collect typhoid fever. I'm making a separate video on that. There's a way they do it in Nigeria. They sell it at the airport or keep the country. I'm making a separate video on that. I've written it. Make sure you stay subscribe. Yellow fever, vaccination card for yellow fever and typhoid fever. Then the other thing that you need is your national ID card. Yeah, it's important. You have to do your NIN. So you need your original and of course the photocopy. Regardless of this thing, you need the NIN. Then the other one, there is confirmation letter from school fees acknowledgement. So the thing is, aside receipt of school fees, receipt is fine, yes, you pay. Then you need another letter they call confirmation letter that yes, so they received your school fees, right? So how many documents do you need from your school? Now you need 4 documents. The first one is your acceptance letter, the next one is your admission letter, the next one is your tuition fee receipt, and then the fourth one is confirmation letter from school that yes, they received it, they saw it in their account. Even if they give you a receipt, they have to say yes, I saw it. So the next one on my list is legalization and authentication. So any documents, before you take it to the embassy, you have to legalize and authenticate it, whether your wife or anything. I have a video on legalization and authentication of documents in Nigeria. Just click the link in my description. But in fact, you see it in the Turkey playlist. I attach it to all playlists. Just check it, legalization and authentication, how to do it, documents you can authenticate and legalize. So you have to authenticate and legalize all your educational transfer, because Nigeria does not have any bilateral agreement with Turkey. And guys, that brings us to the end of today's video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.